What would be your message to families and people on the spectrum? Like, what would be your message that you would like them to know?
I have to discuss this by age.
Okay.
2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, not talking early intervention. Okay, now when the children get older, you have a child that's fully verbal. All the things we talked about previously, I want them to do. Now you have a kid that remains nonverbal. Well, I want to teach them the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Table manners, how to use the bathroom, bathing, dressing, simple shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the nonverbals can actually learn to type independently. You want to get them to do everything that they can do. There's a tendency to overprotect. You got to stretch these kids. No sudden surprises, but you got to stretch. And I'm seeing too many fully verbal kids that aren't learning shopping, just basic things like that, doing laundry. No, we've got to learn those things. And then around, maybe 8 years old, the child has art ability, it will start to show up, or music ability, or math ability. The child has math ability, move them ahead. Don't make them do baby math.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do advanced math.
Right.
You want to develop that skill.
Absolutely. One thing we see, Tempo, is a lot of families are embarrassed when they find out that the child meets criteria for autism, and they can't become very protective of everything, and they don't share. And it sounds like you've been very open about your difficulties, and you're so successful. And would you want to share something about that?
One of the things that helped me is people thought I was weird, but when I took out my drawings and I showed them drawings I had done for cattle facilities and photographs. They go, oh, wow, you did that? A talent gets respect. So if you have a child and you develop that music talent and they hear the music, they're not going to care about the autism or see the art or whatever other thing that maybe the kid's good at. Now, there's going to be some that don't have any particular skill, but they might be just really good at being a clerk in a store.
Right.
You get credit for that. I went to a gas station yesterday and a lady wouldn't get off her phone while I was buying gas. That's just ridiculous.
Right, right. What are the things in the future that you're excited about in terms of hopeful for the autism community?
Well, I want to see kids be everything they can be. Half of the people that work on making things like iPhones and computers and a lot of artists are on the spectrum. You see, in its mild forms, autism makes creativity. Maybe it makes a mathematical genius. In its severe forms, you have a child with a much more severe handicap. And the problem is it all has the same name, and so people tend to clump it all together. But if you didn't have a little bit of autism, we wouldn't have any electricity in this room because Tesla invented the power plant. You wouldn't have any camera or microphone or any of this other equipment either. See, a little bit of the trait makes an advantage. Too much of the trait can be a very severe handicap. But even the ones that are more severely handicapped can do a lot of things if we work with teaching them.
Excellent. So there's a lot of hope for the future.
That's right.
We're in a good place.
You know, you got to realize the construction industry affects how I think. It's all about outcomes. And I do not want to see a kid who could be a gifted mathematician or computer programmer playing video games in the basement on a disability check. I don't want to see that.
That's right.
When he should be working for one of the tech companies.
Exactly.
Because I've been to the tech companies, and there's people with mild autism all over the place there. They avoided the diagnosis because their parents trained them in the field and they apprenticed them into the field. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Teo Brasso.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it. I'm a huge fan of all your work and all the contributions you made to the autism community.
But you see how I realize, to me, it's like you got to finish the job. You got to get it done.
Yes.
And I see a kid starting to have some musical talent and they're not doing anything to develop it. Yes. Because the thing is, you have to learn how to play things that other people want.
Yes. So not only were
not
they
the same thing. I mean, I could still draw horse heads if I wanted to. But I also have to draw stuff that other people actually want.
Right, right. So that's something we work with families a lot when the kid has a fixation.
Take it and broaden it.
But then make
it
other things.
Like, let's say he likes dinosaurs.
Right.
Well, let's learn about geology and learn about a whole lot of different things.
Right, right.
Let's learn about biology.
Yeah.
You see how you make it, you can tap into it.
Right, so the message is stretch the ability.
Stretch and broaden the ability.
Yes.
But then you're tapping into that huge motivation that fixation gives you.
Right. Because it's so enjoyable, right? I mean, something you really love. And also not to protect them, but to expose them to the world and help them conquer those difficulties. When
Well,
they
you've
have
got to
difficulties.
stretch them. I'm seeing too many kids that haven't learned shopping, doing laundry,
Yeah.
bank account, just basic things.
And they need to, right? To feel good. They feel good when they know too.
I'm seeing too many kids that are graduating from high school that nobody taught them how to do grocery shopping and things I learned when I was way younger.
That's true. And they have to learn because that makes their life so much better, and they can actually enjoy things that other people do.
Well, they can also, support themselves.
Yeah.
The thing about autism is you've got certain individuals that are extremely talented in maybe music, art, or engineering kind of mathematics stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have some others where their intelligence may be average, or they may have very, very severe problems.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is they all have the same name. So
Yeah.
somebody could become a great artist, computer programmer, or a musician, has the same label as somebody who can't talk and can't dress themselves. That really doesn't make too much sense. But I want to make it very clear that they're not psychotic.
They're not.
They are definitely not psychotic.
No.
And
they can
some of
learn.
the stuff that's going on with psychoanalysis is just rubbish.